السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم في الحصة 11 الأسبوع الثاني من Pre-IELTS Group 2. Welcome to the class. Today I'm going to start with the grammar. حنبدأ بالجرامر لأنه إن شاء الله سنبدأ بطلب منكم أنه بداية الكتابة، لكن قبل ما نبدأ اليوم السبيكينج قلنا احنا حناخذ شويه سبيكينج، لكن استطيع ان ابدا مثل ما يقولون بجرامر كنبذه بسيطه، ثم ندخل على السبيكينج ان شاء الله اللي وعدتكم به امس. Today I just want to show you something اللي هو تستخدم اللي هو بصيغة الباسيف، يعني relative clauses اللي هي العبارات المركبة لكن فيها لمحة مبني للمجهول، يعني يسموها يعني passive meaning، فيها شوية passive. فحنبدأ بمثال بسيط، وهذه الأمثلة أحب أن أشوفها عليكم يعني ليس فقط نشرح الجرامر، لكن أحب أيضا أن أشوف هذا على أدائكم إن شاء الله. بس امهلوني دقيقة من أجل أن أحضر الكراسة، كانت أمامي قبل شوية. أوكي، هنبدأ الآن. شوف، have you found the keys؟ شوفوا المثال الأول. Have you found the keys؟ بعدين المفروض هنا في full stop، وبعدين تبدأ ب the keys you lost. إذا هنا عندي the keys you lost، فهذه حتحذف تماما. لماذا؟ لأنه هذه defining معرفة، يعني have you found the keys؟ حتسأل السؤال حيقول which keys؟ which keys؟ هذا السؤال. فإذا the keys that have been lost or the keys you lost أي تم تضييعهم، فهنا كأنها مبنية للمجهول. إذا لا يوجد هنا فاصل ما بين الجملتين. yes، مثلا تقدر تتكلم عليها I'm going وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته محمد. I'm going to talk about the time I spent. I'm going to talk about the time I spent in college, or I'm going to talk about the time I spent with children. إذن the time that I have spent، إذن أو have been spent بهذا الشكل. فإذا هنا هذه من أروع ما يمكن أن نستخدمها على بساطتها الشديدة، لكن هذه تعتبر يا شباب complex structure. الثانية I like the dress. I like the dress. I like the dress. شوفوا من الصندوق من البوكس.
Anne is wearing.
Yes, Anne is wearing. The museum was closed when we got there. هذه هي طبعا يسموها main clause، هذه تسمى المين، هي هذه وهذه مع بعضها تسمى المين clause، العبارة الرئيسية. الآن أعطوني defining المعرفة.
We wanted to visit.
We wanted to visit. إذن we wanted to visit مش it. No it. انتبه، أنت قلت it ولا ما قلتش it؟
No, I didn't say it.
You didn't say it. Okay, good. So the museum we wanted to visit. Okay. اللي بعدها most of the people.
I invited to the party.
Yes, most of the people I invited to the party. Okay. هل ممكن نقول most of the people invited to the party? Is it okay? نحذف حتى الآي. هل ممكن? Is it possible?
Yes, it's possible, I think.
When? What is the situation?
This is in the passive, so it will be most of people who are invited. So we omit who are, and we leave invited.
Okay, but I'm talking about the pronoun I. When can we omit it, but it is still I? Even if we drop it, even if we delete it, it is still there. When?
By us, maybe.
When the speaker is well known to the listeners. يعني انتوا تعرفون اني انا صاحب الدعوة. انا وجهت الدعوة لأحمد ولنجلاء ولخالد وللجروب، لكن في مجموعة مثلا نتخيل انه هناك مجموعة من 10 اشخاص ثانيين لم يأتوا مثلا. اوكي، يعني تغيبت مثلا شيبان تغيب وملاك تغيبت وحاتم تغيب. فعندما أنا أكون صاحب الدعوة وأنتم تعرفون أنه أنا صاحب الدعوة فأتكلم، لا يوجد داعي أن أذكر I. There is no need to say I. Most of the people invited to the party couldn't manage to come or couldn't come. So you know that I mean by myself. Okay? إذن هنا حسب a situation. I didn't like the woman, that woman. I didn't like that woman.
We met yesterday.
Yes, I didn't like that woman. We met yesterday. The fish was really delicious.
We had it for dinner.
No, be careful, be careful. We had. Yes.
For dinner.
Yes، هذه لأنه لو كتبتها في الامتحان في الكلام أو في الرايتنج يا عزيزي حتكون error، حتنقص درجتك. The fish we had for dinner، لأنه قلت أنت كلمة fish لا تكرر الضمير it، لا يوجد داعي للإت. We had for dinner was really delicious. We stayed at a hotel.
Tom recommended.
Tom recommended. Yes, Tom recommended. Tom. وحتى ممكن نقول that Tom recommended. Yes, the stories are usually very funny. The stories.
Tom tells
them.
Yes, know them, لا يوجد them, انتبهوا, know them. The man.
The police arrested. The police arrested.
Yes, the man. The police arrested. Yes, the police arrested. Has now been released. Okay, now I'm going to start with you the speaking today. I'm going to start, but I want a volunteer. هنبدأ بفكرة اللي هي الفولنتير، إنه هناك شخص يكون يتبرع بإنه يكون يعني في يتبرع انه يكون معي في السبيكينج. اوكي طبعا بس حناخذ شويه تايمر، اخلي التايمر امامكم من اجل انه يكون الفرصه متاحه للجميع بوقت محدد. This is not a speaking test، لازم تفهمون this is not a speaking test، وهذا this is called a speaking feedback. speaking feedback اي عمليه فقط فيدباك، وهذا لمصلحتكم طبعا من اجل تقييمكم، تقييم الجرامر، البرونانسيشن والفلوينسي. يس طبعا قبل ما ابدا خلينا نعطيكم نبذه بسيطه على الامتحان، كيف يتم تقييمه وما هي الآلية التي يتم تقييمها ان شاء الله. وطبعا هذه حتكون هديه من عندي لكم، لانه الكورس بصراحه هو مش لي لكن لا ضير انه نستفيد من الان، نجهزكم ونعرف مواطن الخلل ومواطن القوه لكل واحد فيكم. There are 4 criteria to be for example examined in the exam. هناك عندي 4 اشياء حيتم تقييمها او تقييمكم وفقها في الامتحان، اي امتحان IELTS، اللي هو fluency and coherence، الطلاقه والفهم او اللباقه والفهم، lexical resource اللي هي الفوكابولري، وعندي grammatical range and accuracy اللي هو طبعا القواعد ودقة القواعد. وقبل شوية لزميلكم لما قال وضع الضمير recommended it أو the fish we ate it، هنا الأكيورسي الدقة تلعب دور ما بين تحديد مستوى الطالب. Fluency and coherence هي القدرة على الكلام بدون توقف، يعني السر في امتحان الآيلتس هو talk and talk، فقط كلام. استمروا بالكلام ستستمرون بالنجاح. شنو اللي عندي أنا؟ طبعا اليوم أتوقع ما أعرف، لكن حنشوف اليوم شنو النتائج. حنتكلم من باند 6، أتكلم من باند 6 فما فوق. أحتاج إنه يكون الطالب is willing to speak at length، يعني تشوف الإكزامينر، تري الإكزامينر إنه عندك الرغبة في الكلام. شنو معناها الرغبة في الكلام؟ يعني تشرح، تتكلم، تعطي بعض التفسيرات، توضح فكرتك بشكل واضح. حنتكلم على هذه التفاصيل. أحسن شيء وأفضل شيء هو التطبيق. هناك شيء واحد أو شيئين هم حقيقة ليسوا جيدين في الكلام، اللي هو الريبيتيشن، أي إعادة الكلام، يعني بعد ما تتكلم على النقطة يرجع الطالب مرة ثانية يعيد نفس النقطة، وهذا this is called repetition. النقطة الثانية التي ليست جيدة عدا الريبيتيشن الهيزيتيشن. الهيزيتيشن يا شباب معناها كلمة التقطع في الكلام. علاج الريبيتيشن وعلاج الهيزيتيشن هو بأن تبعثوا لي تسجيلات صوتية منتظمة على الأقل مرتين في الأسبوع، يوم بعد يوم. يعني صحيح فترة رمضان ممكن يعني مش ليس عندكم وقت الفراغ كثير، لكن هذه فرصة ذهبية فوق الكورس الأكاديمي. هذه يعني منحة مني أو هدية مني إنه أقيمكم في السبيكينج. يعني هذا حنقول فوق البيعة، يعني نوفي الميزان إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله أكيد هو في خلل، لكن I do my best إنه أوفي حق هذا الكورس. إذن فلن تخسروا شيء. وعندي بعدين الفوكابولري. شنو نوع الفوكابولري؟ أحتاج إلى to discuss topics at length. في باند 6 عندما تتكلم مثلا عن الفود، مثلا كلمة فود، نجي على الفود مثلا أسألك عن الطعام أو شيء، حتتكلم مثلا تقول لي شيف، حتقول لي مثلا كوزين اللي هو المطبخ. كوزين معناها نوع الطبخ، Italian cuisine، French cuisine، Indian cuisine. اوكي مثلا نقول spices، تتكلم عن البهارات، تتكلم عن الريسيبيز او الوصفات وهكذا. اذا عندي شيف، كوزين، سبايسز، هذه كلها كلمات تعود على الفود، على الكلمه الرئيسيه اللي هي فود، فمعناها تعزز المعنى. ما هو المشكله؟ مشكلتكم حقيقه في الجرامر. الجرامر انه اكثر الطلبه يستخدمون basic sentences. احنا اخذنا خلال الكورس بهذه الفتره البسيطه او الوجيزه في حدود 10 حصص، او اليوم المحاضره رقم 11، انه اخذنا الكومباوند واخذنا نوعين من الكومبلكس. تكلمنا عن relative clauses شويه، وتكلمنا عن complex structures. كل ما تعطي عندي يعني شو نقول يعني more complex structures، انت معناها 5 فما فوق. عندك في 6 في band 6 يستخدم mix of simple and complex، هذه band 6. band 7 range of complex structures with flexibility. شنو معناه range؟ معناها عدة أنواع، وهذه عدة أنواع إن شاء الله راح يتم بإذن الله من هنا إلى نهاية الكورس حنمر عليها جميعا. إذا حنبدأ الآن، ثم العنصر الأخير عفوا قبل ما نبدأ، البرونانسيشن هو حقيقة أنتم كطلبة أو المتكلمين باللغة العربية you have no problem with the pronunciation. حتى لو كان عندكم accent اللي هو اللهجة العربية، طبعا أكيد عندكم accent نتيجة استخدامكم للغة العربية، لكن هذا لا يضير ولا يؤثر على المعنى. الأكسنت، طريقة لفظ الحروف، لفظ المقاطع، هذا كله يتحسن بالlistening. The more you listen the better you perform. خلينا نكتب التاريخ اليوم، منتصف شهر 4 3rd of Ramadan 2021 day 11. Okay. هذا pre-2. Okay, pre-2. Okay. Who is going to be the first one؟ منو حيتطوع مشكورا أو مشكورة أن يكون الأول؟ محمد ميلاد. أوكي، محمد طبعا رفع يده. أوكي، good technique محمد. هذا الشكل. We start with you محمد.
Okay.
Okay. محمد, I'm going to ask you general questions, بس خلينا نشيل هذه الشاشة من أجل عدم الإرباك. Okay, relax. Mr. Muhammad, this is just a chit chat. I'm not examining you. I'm just going to develop some issues with you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. How was your breakfast or your break?
Yeah, actually it was good. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Muhammad, could you tell me your full name, please?
Muhammad Al-Ghannai Milad.
Okay, just a minute. This is okay. And what do you do, Muhammad?
I work as a petroleum engineer. And
Okay.
I've been working as a petroleum engineer since 2015.
Okay, why did you choose this kind of work, Mr. Muhammad?
Well, actually, I didn't choose to be a petroleum engineer. My parents did, actually. But because for me, I always wanted to be a doctor because I had 2 brothers who work as doctors and they live abroad. And I always wanted to follow their steps and be a doctor like them. But I mean, eventually, yeah, I did choose to be a petroleum engineer. And I feel satisfied about myself. I mean, I feel that I contribute to develop my country's economy, since petroleum engineering is dominated in Libya. I mean, Libyan economy is essentially depends on oil industry.
Okay, now let's talk about work time. Are you a morning person or evening person? Do you prefer to work in the morning or in the evening?
Actually, morning.
Why?
Because when you wake up in the morning, you feel more activity, and I think especially when you wake up in the dawn. Yeah, I feel for me, I work in the desert, and in the desert I have to work at 6 a.m. To start my job, So yeah, I get used to, even when I get back here in Tripoli, I work at 6 a.m. because I get used to do that. So yeah.
Okay, why do you think then some people prefer to work at night?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think maybe they get used to work at night. Maybe because at night they less noisy, and especially if he's married. I think when all his kids went to sleep. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons.
How about the future? Would you like to change the type of work you are doing now?
Actually, yes. I'm planning actually to travel. Actually, I'm planning to leave this country anyway. So I might change my career. Yes.
Why?
Because like what I said, I mean, I don't really like being a petroleum engineer actually. So I would choose to be a coding. I'm really into coding, you know, on computer things. So
Okay.
I might,
yes.
yeah.
So you mentioned a little time ago that your parents decided the career you have to choose. Do you think it's a good idea that parents or teachers intervene in choosing the career children have?
Definitely no.
Why not?
Because they must let what their kids want to be. I mean, for example, if he doesn't like something, he will never be good at it. So yeah, if he wants to be a doctor like me, I'm pretty sure I will be a good doctor and helping people and take care of them much better than being a petroleum engineer. Yeah.
Okay, how about the future? What kind of jobs do you think that are going to be, we say, dominant in the future?
I think healthcare, I mean, like doctors and nurses, because as you see, I mean, during the pandemic, doctors, they are in the front line, and they completely depending on them. I think, yeah, I think that's the main measure that will stay for future. And other measures like I don't know, like I mean, there are many measures. Computers take place in it, like you know, recording videos, pipeline. I mean, as you see, drones, and even deliveries. For example, I don't know if you heard about Amazon that made like a drones to deliver things to their homes. So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Do you think that salaries should be given accordingly with the danger or the importance of the job?
Yes. Like as I mentioned before, I mean, for example, doctors who works now in the pandemic, they put their lives on the lines. So they must, you know, give them more salaries because they're risking themselves and in order to protect people and treat them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. That's the end of the feedback.
Okay, thank you.
Well done, well done. I'm really, wow, this is really good. Okay, as you can see, here, Mohammed, for more than 6 minutes, he managed talking. So you can talk at length. Let's give you your feedback. Where is the feedback paper? Okay. So guys, how do you think the performance of Mohammed? I'm asking you guys. How do you think his performance was? Yes, so we have some notes in here. So great, they say. Okay. And okay, so Najla said great. Okay, how about you guys? What do you think? What do you mean by great? The idea is not great or not great. The idea here, as you can see, Muhammad is willing to speak at length, though sometimes to repetition a bit and hesitation. So you have hesitation. Khalid gave you 7. Okay, you are close, Khalid. But for your performance, Muhammad, now you are band 6 because here, wide enough, and you talked very well and used some mixed, simple, complex structures, but limited flexibility, and you had many, we say, mistakes, in grammatical mistakes, I mean. But you are good. But if you keep talking without hesitation, you can reach band 7 easily, Muhammad. When you
Thank you.
You can go even to 7 here. So you can reach 6.5. Okay, with a snap of a finger, we say snap, just like that, with a snap of a finger. Just keep talking. You'll have hesitation because you are thinking. المشكلة إنه تفكر. Don't think. You can talk. You can talk. And I moved you from talking about yourself. Then I asked you about your working habits. Then I asked you about more general questions. Then I asked you about the future. And you did very, very well. So now you are in band 6. But for getting more than this, you have to develop these 2 areas. More complex structures and more, we say, vocabulary. بهذا الشكل. Well done, Muhammad. I'm really...
Inshallah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, who's next? Where is my next victim? Okay. يعني مش حيكون ضحية يعني. I'm joking, لكن. Yes, who's next? من يحب يكون الثاني؟ Come on, guys. والله فرصة هذه يا شباب. منو نجلاء؟ أوكي. نجلاء رفعت اليد. Okay, نجلاء. Could you tell me your full name, Miss Najla?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Najla Saeed Al-Basha.
Saeed Al-Basha?
Yes.
Okay. Najla, could you tell me what do you do? Do you work or are you a student?
Actually, recently, I'm a student as I complete my master's degree in applied linguistics field. So I am a student now.
And what was your university?
Actually, I'm studying in
Yes, Najla, we lost the sound. Najla, we can't hear you. Where is Najla? We lost Najla. Okay, we'll get to Najla soon, as soon as she can manage joining the class. Khalid, let's start with Khalid. I don't know what happened to Najla, maybe internet connection.
Yes.
Yes, Khalid.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, Khalid. How are you?
Alaikum. I'm fine. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes.
My name is Khalid.
Yes.
I
Khalid's
come
full
from
name?
Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
My
Khalid.
name is Khalid Muhammad Al-Harbi.
Harbi. Yes.
I come from Saudi Arabia.
Yes. And what do you do, Mr. Khalid?
I work radiology in hospital in MRI.
Yes, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about free time activities. What do you like to do when you have some free time for yours, Mr. Khalid?
Okay. Actually, I maybe sofa. activity less. Sometimes play football, sometimes play with my children. Just.
Okay, do you think it is important to have a free time activity?
Yes, I think important activity, sport, because healthy, and food healthy, body and health nice.
How about children? Do you think it is a good thing to make children have some, we say, activities or outdoor activities?
Yeah, actually very important activity for children.
Why?
But unfortunately now, usually children say in computer, PlayStation, TV, but very important activity.
Okay, why do you think watching TV or playing on computer games is not a good thing for children?
Because stay a long time, doesn't moving anything, just eat and watch TV, play game. Some children thin because not activity.
Okay, how do you think parents could encourage their children to do more activities, to have to play football, for example, to do some exercise, to go to the gym, for example? How do you think parents could do this?
Yeah. First of all, must eat healthy. Second, going to park, then play with another children, because it's communication very well.
Yes. Yes. Now, some people, for example, like you said, you like to play football or to play with children. When people play together, for example, they play basketball or they play football together, what kind of things people share when they play together?
I think with share with relative better. Or neighborhood nice.
Why?
Because sometimes a different culture maybe so dangerous about children, different culture. I think so bad.
Yes, this is for children. How about adults, people like you in your age, for example, when you play in a team, for example, a football team, people in your age, okay? What people can share when they play together? What things?
I think no problem. Share anything, any people. So in work together or school or anything, but communication very well.
Do you think it is a good idea, for example, for workers, like in your hospital, for example, to play games together?
Doctor?
Do you think it is a good idea for people in a working place, for example, in the hospital you are working now, For example, the workers play football together. Do you think it is a good idea for workers or employees to play sometimes together?
Sorry, I can't hear a question again, please.
Okay, in the job, you have your friends in your work with you. People work with you in your job. Do you think it is a good idea to play with them sometimes, to have a game with other people?
Yes, good idea. I have camp with my friend work, but 1 month, 1 day in month in desert. Meet with all worker in hospital.
Okay, thank you, Khalid. This is the end of the feedback. Good.
Welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yes, now let's talk about this, Khalid. You need to work with your grammar. You have a grammar problem, and your grammar is still in band number 5 here. Your sentences are basic, simple, and you have hesitation. حتى عندك هذا التردد شوية with repetition, and you have slow speech. حتى الكلام عندك بطيء. فإذا من أجل تحسين الكلام عليك بتسجيل أو الاستماع إلى 6 Minute English، وتسجيل أي شيء لمدة دقيقة ونص ليس أكثر على الجوال أو على الهاتف النقال، وإرساله لي من أجل أنه تجبر نفسك على الكلام. يعني إحنا الآن الكلام الفكرة موجودة، لكن عندك تردد كبير قبل أن تتكلم، فهذه تحتاج إلى أن تستمع أولاً إلى موضوع، تفهم هذا الموضوع بشكل جيد، ثم تنطلق بالكتابة أو بالكلام عليه. فقط أحب أن أشوفكم شيء راح أضع على الجروب من أجل مساعدة زميل زي خالد. لو بس لحظة لو سمحت خالد. تفضل.
لا أقصد كم تعطينا يا دكتور؟ 5 يعني الآن أنا؟
5. أنت الآن 5، لكن المفروض بعد الدراسة المكثفة والكورسات اللي أخذتها المفروض يكون عندك أعلى. لكن حاقترح عليك اقتراح الآن، بس خلينا نشوف وين الملف. ملف حاطانا في مكان هنا. أوكي، في عندي هذه السلسلة لو تشاهدون هنا، عندي سلسلة اسمها LA Hill، قصص قصيرة. هي قصص قصيرة لكاتبة رائعة جدا، طبعا عمرها الآن بالثمانينات أو بالتسعينات ما أعرف. هي ليست بكاتبة إنجليزية، لكن من أبرع ما كتبوا في تعليم اللغة الإنجليزية. راح أضع عندكم في الجروب مجموعة تبدأ من المستوى المبتدئ وتنتقل إلى المستوى المتقدم. فهنا لو تلاحظ خالد عندك قصة قصيرة بهذا الشكل. هذه قصة أمامك الآن بتقريبا 10 أسطر أو كذا. تستطيع أن تقرأ القصة، تستطيع أن تفهم المحتوى لهذه القصة، ثم تحكي القصة للدكتور شيبان، تحكيها لنا. يعني كأنه نسألك، نقول لك احكي لي قصة could you tell me about Mr. Jones for food shop. فحتحكي لي قصة Mr. Jones and his food shop، ودكان الأغذية أو الأطعمة أو البقالة، عنده بقالة يعني. فأنت حتقرأ هذه القصة بشكل بسيط، وحتحكي لي هذه القصة بطريقتك أنت، فيها أفعال وفيها كلمات خطوة خطوة. طبعا هناك تمارين على كل القصة، هناك قصة رقم 2، وهكذا قصص كثيرة. اختار القصة التي تعجبك، وكلها طبعا هذه القصص. أشوفكم مثال آخر للقصص هذه عندي مثال آخر هنا. هذه في واحدة ثانية أسهل حتى من الأول. هذه قصة على ديف، لو تلاحظ أنه القصة أقصر ومستواها أبسط أيضا، عبارة عن حدود 10 أو 11 سطر. وهذا الكلام للجميع، ليس هنا أنه مسألة بساطة أو صعوبة القصة، بل القدرة على الكلام. عندي حتى الأدفانسد، حتى عندي المستوى المتقدم على شكل قصص أيضا. هذا هو الغلاف طبعا. والقصة هنا فيها الأزمنة تختلف، لو تلاحظوا حتى هي حدود 10 أسطر، لكن الأفعال متقدمة، الجمل مركبة بشكل أصعب شوية من البيسك. سأضع هذه السلسلة في متناولكم، ممكن تأخذون قصة واحدة تقرأوها تفهموها وتسجلها بصوتك، مش تقرأها تحكيها، أوكي، كأنك تحكي قصة، وهذه تساعدكم أيضا على تدفق الأفكار. وعدكم ال6 minute English، طبعا ال6 minute English أعلى من هذا البرنامج، فأنا قلت أنزل شوية بالمستوى، أنزل بمستوى ال6 minute English ممكن شوية صعب إلى مستوى، فحضع 3 أنواع من القصص، المستوى المبتدئ والمتوسط والمتقدم، سأضعها على الجروب إن شاء الله، وتستفيدون منها وتبدأون بالكلام مباشرة. Thank you خالد، that was really nice. خلينا نشوف من اللي بعده، أنا أعتقد ملاك. أخت ملاك.
Hello, Doctor. Yeah.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor. How are you, everyone?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Malak, could you tell me your full name, please?
Yes, my name is Malak Abu Bakr Dukali.
Your name is familiar.
Yes, Malak Abu Bakr Dukali.
Do I know you?
I don't know. Maybe yes, from my sister or something. I don't know.
Okay. Is your brother a physician?
Yes, my brother, he's with us also in the same course.
Your brother here? Who's
Yeah,
your
Muhammad.
Muhammad, engineer Muhammad or Muhammad Abu
No,
Bakr?
Muhammad Abu Bakr, yeah.
Okay. Is he a physician, doctor?
Yes, he is a doctor also.
Okay. And you are a doctor, physician?
I'm a dentist, yes.
Okay. Okay. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Because I know many people from Dukadi family. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So we started already talking. Let us talk about your job. Do you have a job now, or are you still a student?
No, actually, I am working and studying in the same time.
What are you studying?
I'm studying diploma plus the course for the IELTS.
Okay. Why did you choose this kind of work to be a dentist, Malak?
Actually, at the beginning, I want to work as a general doctor, like in pediatric, exactly. But my brother, he chose me to work as a dentist, and I like this.
Okay. Why do you think your job is important?
My job is important in general for everyone because the most important place in our body is the mouth, and the mouth is like the door of our body. So everyone, he needs a dentist in the future because most of the people, they are not that much taking care from the health of the mouth, and during the time they forgot to wash their mouth, brush their mouth, and eating a lot of sweetness. So during the time and by the time they need to visit us, at least if they don't come for a caries or something like this, they need to come for cleaning, which is important after every 6 months.
So the careless people become the richer you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think it's sometimes doctors or physicians find it difficult to deal with children?
Because children, they are young people, and it's not easy, to communicate with them and make them like relax, especially on the chair of the dentist. And when they saw like the needle or the injection, they feel, crazy and afraid from that. And also the voice for the handpiece during the work, it's make them also feeling afraid. So it's not easy to communicate with them and make them relax. For this reason, I think, yeah.
Now let's talk, Malak, about charity work. Yes. Do you think it is important from time to time to give some, we say, services free without money to people or to the community?
Yes, actually, it's important and it's very important. From my side, I have plan in the future, like I give some people offers, like if they want to do some cleaning or any small things like in their mouth, like some decay or removing decay or caries or something like this. For me, it's good to give them offers like, okay, you can come and I remove for you the caries, but you need before this cleaning. So I do for you this and this and this during all of this stuff. I will give you a nice offer, which is better than you go for another doctor and you choose something cheapest. So for me, it's nice to give this kind of offers for the people. Plus also some people, you know, they couldn't manage to pay for, you know, the prices of the dentist. It's not easy, it's a little bit expensive. So I think it's nice to help some people, to give them free work and free offers. It's very nice idea, especially now during Ramadan.
Yes, this is for you. Now, let's talk about the charity work in general. Do you think school students, like high school students, should be involved in some community work or charity work?
Yes, I think it's nice idea. Yes, I think they're supposed to do that. Yes, yes.
Why?
It's give them more experience. It's give them a nice personality, like to know how to communicate with people, how to communicate with the life, how to communicate with the something. Yeah, I mean, in their job in the future. I don't know what they will choose in the future, but it will be nice for them, like kind of training in the high school, and like this they will improve themselves and they will be, you know, more stronger to enter for the another part in the university. So I think it's something good.
Okay, how about the experiences they can get? For example, I said high school. How about college students? What kind of jobs you think our societies need as a charity work or community work?
And for the college, I think they need to be communicate more with the old people and the children. So
Why?
Because the old people, it's not easy to communicate with them in some ages, you know, like the mentality is different, the way how they live their life before is different. So every year and every month, you know, that the life is changed. So they need to know and improve themselves how to communicate with them. Plus the children, it's not easy also, as I said before, to communicate with them. So when they improve themselves in the college like this, it will be easy for them in the future in the work, you know. It's depend of what they want to work, but it will be more easier for them in any you know, different job.
How about international aid agencies and international charity societies? How about this?
I don't know exactly about this. I don't have a lot of idea about this, but it's something good also. I think if they support this stuff, it's something good also.
Thank you very much, Malak.
Welcome.
That's the end of the speaking feedback.
Thank you a lot. Good luck,
You're
everyone.
welcome. Okay, good. I think you can see the performance is very nice of Malak. Malak, your fluency actually, where is the speaking? This is the speaking thing. Yes, so how much do you think your level is? Let's ask everybody. How much do you give, Malak? Let's see the experts in the group. Okay, 6 to 7. Okay, Muhammad.
Wow.
Okay, Khalid gave you 8. Okay, Najla gave you more than 7. Okay, for you guys, for Malak, she's for fluency. Your fluency actually is really good, so you can speak at length. So for fluency, you are 7. Yeah, and your pronunciation is also 7. Where is the issue? It is here.
I'm taking the grammar.
Grammar and vocabulary. So 7, 7, 6, 6. So your overall level is 6.5 now. You used some if conditionals, you used some compound structures, but not, we say, quite often. You have to use a range of complex to become a savannah here. So we need, okay, and yes, you could develop the topic. You need more vocabulary for this.
Okay.
And I like the way when you finally said, when I asked you this question about international aid agencies, you said, I don't know. So this is a technique, Malak. So if you don't know, say, I don't know, but I think. I don't know, but I believe. Another issue, don't repeat the question. طبعا هذا الكلام موجه للجميع. عندما أسأل السؤال, try to paraphrase what I say. حاولوا إعادة صياغة السؤال. What's your favorite sport? لا تعيد السؤال تقول my favorite sport is. ممكن تقول well, there are many sports that I like. The best one is. فكلمة favorite sport أنت تحولها إلى my best sport is. فfavorite تحولوها إلى my best. وهذه يسمى paraphrasing. حاولي خصوصا للطلبة المستواهم 7 فما فوق to paraphrase. هذه إعادة الصياغة تعطيك قوة إنه تنطلقين حتى أعلى من 7. ممكن تصلون أي أحد فيكم على فكرة، أي واحد من محمد أو خالد أو نجلاء أو أي أحد فيكم ممكن يصل ببساطة إلى باند 9 على فكرة. It's not a big deal. كل اللي يحتاجه هو تدريب ويحتاج كلمات وفوكابولري وانتهى الموضوع. Well done.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
So this is for Malak. Next, who's next? I think Najla is here. Najla, you came back?
Yes. I'm so sorry because there is a bad connection, but now I think it's better.
Okay, so let's get down to business again. Let's start. Okay, yes, Najla. Let's talk about your job. What do you do? What's your profession?
Actually, now I am a student. I study my master degree in applied linguistics field.
And what was your university?
Part of my studying was in Libya, in Trablus University, and after that I moved with my family to Saudi Arabia to complete my education there in King Saud University. So now I'm a student in King Saud University in English department and at applied linguistic fields.
Good. Did you study at Nasser University?
At Trablus University.
Tripoli, yes, Nasser, yes. Nasser University?
Yes.
When was that?
That was when I think it's 2017.
2017. So I think I was one of your teachers?
No, exactly, because I didn't stay for a long time, just for a period of time. And after that, we had the moving to Saudi Arabia. So just I registered for the program and at the beginning, but after 2 weeks, we have that the transformation to Saudi Arabia.
Yes. Why did you choose this branch, linguistics?
Actually, I am a multilingual speaker where I can speak English and French besides Arabic, which is my mother tongue. So I have a very strong desire to be a polyglot and to speak more than 3 or 4 languages because I have a great information about the people who have a code switching to move directly from one language to another. They are the more clever or cleverer than other people. This is number 1. And number 2, they are the people who are away or far away from having Alzheimer's disease.
Okay, now what are some of the, we say, advantages of learning another language for the people in general, not subject specialists like you?
You mean what is the advantage of learning more than one language?
Yes, for people in general, not for subject
So
specialists.
number 1, Yes, okay. Number one, I think there are many advantages or many merits that we can gain from learning more than one language. Number one, it will give you awareness about the other languages, the other cultures, and you have an easy communication with other people, especially for the people who are global trotting or the global trotter who like traveling a lot. If they have more than one language, this gives them an opportunity to direct communicate with those people. So this is number one.
Yes.
And number two, as I mentioned before, that it is a gate to the culture. So if you know the language directly, you will know also the culture around this language.
Okay, now, why do you think then some nations or some countries, actually, they don't prefer to learn another language? For example, the French, they prefer speaking French, or the German, or the Americans or the British themselves, actually, they prefer speaking just, we say, a mono language. They don't like to learn another language. Why do you think people think in this way?
Because they think that learning more than language will lose the prestige of their language. So they like to maintain the power of the language without losing this power and this prestige. I think this is one of the reasons, and the other reason, they want to have a hegemony about their language. So they like to master the word with their language and to prove to all the words that they are best. So when I was in France, I studied the French language, and I feel by the time that the people, they are over proud of their language. They like their language. And at the same time, when I was a learner, they didn't help me to or support me in the pronunciation. So when I came to any cafe or any place, and I speak that the not a fluent French language, they stopped me and they told me that if you cannot speak French very well, no need to use this bad language. So they are, I think, because they are over proud a little bit. So this is the European in general, because I didn't find this environment in America.
But I think this is rather aggressive, right? To be more,
yes,
to be we say this patriotism or this over patriotism, I think, right?
Yes, exactly. So I suffered a lot when I was there in France, but after I gained the language, I have the power of the language. I can live easily, and I can communicate with the people, with the French people, with more power than before when I was a learner.
Okay, do you think that multilingual people are more tolerant than others?
Yes, I believe that's because as I mentioned before, that the code switching from one language to another and doing that things automatically will help the brain to be more active and to be more or smarter than the people who are thinking, or you did this techniques automatically. So this gives the person ability to have a great performance for the language that he have. And I think it's a powerful techniques to move from one language to another in this easy way.
Thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking feedback. Well done. Okay, guys, I think you have already heard one of the, we say, one of the best performance today. So let's see your evaluation first. Hit me with your numbers. Thank you, Najla. That was really nice. I'll tell you my feedback in a minute, but I want to see the guys. Okay. So, okay, Muhammad gave you from 8 to 9. Okay, Hussein gave you more than 7. Okay, this is very diplomatic when you say 8 to 9, more than 7. This is, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, did you take the IELTS before?
Yes, actually I took this exam 3 times.
And what was your score for speaking?
For speaking, the last one I took about 7, and yes, about 7.
About 7. You know
yes.
why? You don't know why.
No, exactly, but I think the variety of grammar, and I need to improve my vocabulary to use more advanced words, and the variety of the wide range of grammar. I think the grammar it's a little bit
Okay. Yes, because maybe today the topic was subject specialists, and you showed me the best of yours. Of your vocabulary actually, but just for your surprise, look at my evaluation. You are 8 in fluency, you are 9 for vocabulary, you are a 7 for grammar, and unfortunately again it's a 7 for pronunciation. Your pronunciation is much lower than your fluency and your vocabulary. And you have to do more listening. You can achieve band 9 quite easily, I think, Najla. It's not a big deal for you, especially the way you develop your ideas, because you have some hesitation. That hesitation deprived you from getting band 9 in fluency and coherence. Okay.
Actually, the last exam was 3 years ago, and I think if I work well about the fluency.
That's why I didn't give you a 7. You are not a 7. You are an 8, 9 for lexical resource, and 7. The variety you have to use, it needs more structures, participles, adjectival, adverbial phrases. You need these inversion, for example, okay? But the way, because it was a subject specialist, you used less common and you used many idiomatic vocabulary describing the people, monolingual, or more than we say speakers of multilingual speakers. And that was really nice. And with examples, you supported your speech with examples. That was really good. So,
excuse me, what about the pronunciation? You mentioned that I have a mistake in the pronunciation.
Not mistake, but you have this thing of the letter P and B thing, the Arabic P and B problem.
Ah, it's okay.
Okay, this is number 1. Chunking, also you suffer from you are not giving, we say, complete chunks appropriately in English. Still the Arabic thing is just this little hit of Arabic is still there somewhere. So you have to develop chunking. I have my accent, for example, as you can see, I'm not a native speaker, I'm not an American or a British, but I can manage my pronunciation to be band 9 and more than band 9. So this is the idea. It's not the accent. I'm not talking about the accent. I'm talking about the pronunciation. You can keep your accent. This is your identity. So no problem, no hard feelings with the accent. But the way you pronounce the chunks, يعني المقاطع اللفظية يجب أن تلفظ كمقطع وليس فقط ككلمة. وأنت كاختصاص تعرفين أن هناك شيء اسمه الورد ستريس والسنتنس ستريس والانتونيشن وsound pitch. You know this.
Yes, the rhythm sounds. Yes.
Yes. So and the rhythm. فهذا كله يحتاج من عندك. كلنا نحتاجه ببساطة، والكلام للجميع. لا نحن نحتاج إنه نعقد الكلام ونخوف الطلبة. Just listen, guys. Just keep listening. استمعوا لنصيحتي الذهبية استمعوا لهذه النصيحة وستحققون الهدف. You are too close. If you get band 9 in speaking, Najla, you can be nominated to be an examiner, an IELTS examiner, if you are interested, of course.
Yes, I'm interested in this field.
Okay,
so I think after I finishing that, my studying to be one of the examiner.
Inshallah, why not? I can show you. I can. Okay, for free. Okay, thanks, Najla. Who's next? Next, من اللي رافع ايده؟ ما فيش حد رافع ايده. اوكي، شنو البقية مستمتعين بالتفرج يعني، ولا العرض عاجبكم يعني ولا؟ اوكي، انا الان احد يحب يشارك يا شباب؟ Come on guys. فانا قلت انا اخليها دائما اختيارية، لا احب ان افرض هذا الشيء لانه فرصة، لكن I'm really proud of you guys. يعني ملاك عفوا نجلاء وملاك ايضا ومحمد والكل مستواكم. هناك نقص بسيط في القاعدة الأكاديمية، القاعدة التي تكون هذا الأساس. فهذا النقص مهما تقدمتم في المستوى العلمي إذا لم this is like a crack. تعرفون شنو معنى كلمة crack؟ يعني ما أعرف كيف أسميه، يعني زجاج، لوح زجاج إذا كان في شق مجهري أو كراك أو شنو نقول شق، صح؟ شق، كلمة شق مجهري، هذا الشق ممكن يكبر وفي النهاية تنهار قطعة الزجاج كلها. We have to manage these cracks. لازم نسيطر على هذه الشقوق ونحاول أن نحسن الأداء. طبعا أنا متفاجئ أنه multilingual like نجلاء أنه still you have a problem with the pronunciation, but Miss Najla, you have to keep listening. You have to. You have to.
Yes, this is what I did. Well, usually every day, may I send to you some of the messages about the...
Yeah, but
so
still.
I'm trying not to disturbing you all the time, but every day I prepare myself.
Disturb me. This is my job. This is the idea I do.
Thank you. I really appreciate, highly appreciate your hard effort.
الجماعة اللي يعرفوني مثل خالد من زمان، خالد دخل عندي دورة سابقا، يعرفوني إنه أنا أعمل هذا الشيء اللي أتقن العمل، يعني الكمال لله وحده. فأنا هناك نقص، فهذا النقص أعوضه بشنو؟ بإضافة عمل إضافي ومجاني للطلبة من أجل أنه نوصلهم لهدفهم بإذن الله، ليس له علاقة. وأي teaching، أي عملية teaching techniques أو أي توجيه من عندي في التيتشنج تكنيكس أو توجيه الشخص بما يخص التيتشنج التكنيكس والاستراتيجيز والميثودولوجيز I do them for free. يعني هاي عادة لا أتقاضى عليها أجورا إطلاقا، هذا يعني ديدني مع الأساتذة. أما الآيلتس وكذا فهي كورسات عادية، لكن الأقوى من هذه الكورسات فهي for free. فأي واحد فيكم مهتم بالتعليم، مهتم يطور قدراته كتعليم أو كسبيكينج أو كذا، you are more than welcome. وهذه مفتوحة لكم حتى بعد انتهاء الدورة، حتستمر هذا الشيء إن شاء الله. أوكي، أحد ثاني أريد أختم اليوم حسن الختام إذا أشوف لنا أحد من الشباب.
Excuse me, doctor.
Yes, Muhammad.
I mean, I've got a question. I mean, if the examiner asks you a question and you don't know how to respond to this question, even in Arabic, I mean, how to deal with that?
Okay, you can ask the examiner to clarify the thing for you. If you don't understand, you mean you don't understand the question?
Yes, I mean, you don't know even how to answer or to respond to this question even in Arabic.
But you understand the question.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the question, but I don't know how to deal with the question. I don't know how to respond to the question.
So you answer like Malak, the way Malak answered. Malak, she said, I don't know. I have no idea, but I think, I believe.
What if he keeps asking you the same question? I mean, and you don't know how to respond to them.
No, my dear. We never keep asking. We never push on the students like this. If, for example, if I asked Malak, how about international charity bodies? Would you like to work with them, or do you have any ideas about the work they do? Well, Malak said, well, I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't worked with them before. But I think they can help some communities to develop, or they can bring some new ideas to the area, or to the region. But she didn't answer the question. She said, I have no idea. So this is part of the answer. If you have no idea, this is an answer.
Sorry, doctor.
Okay, thank you.
But maybe I just don't understand maybe exactly the question. Maybe I don't know. So but now I understand you. Like,
if you didn't understand next time, ask, what do you mean by this? Could
Yeah,
you make
because
it
otherwise,
clearer? No.
otherwise I will answer you because I
Of
work with
course,
Red
yes.
Cross. I work with Red Cross before.
You
So
you have already worked as a volunteer. This is nice.
yes, yes.
But the idea from now on for your future information, if you don't understand the question, you have the right even to ask about the meaning of the word. If I said patriotism, for example, شنو معناها نجلاء patriotism as a patriot؟ شنو ترجمتها؟ They are over patriots. They have this feeling of.
It means I think the over proud, the people who have more prestige than that.
الحس القومي، الحس الوطني الزايد عن الحد.
Yes.
If I say some people feel they are or the level of their patriotism. فكلمة patriotism if you don't understand اللي هي الحس الوطني، الحس القومي الزايد عن حده شوية، يعني زايد حبتين على قولة المصري. If you don't understand this ممكن توقف الإكزامينر تقول له excuse me, what do you mean by patriotism or being a patriot؟ فهو حيشرح لك، حيعمل عملية paraphrasing يسموها rewarding، تسمى rewarding. هذا من أحد حقوق الطلبة. إذا كلمة لم تفهم فمن حق الطالب أن يسأل الإكزامينر what do you mean by this؟ sorry I couldn't get you. فحيعيد صياغة السؤال كما حصل مع زميلكم خالد عندما سألته عن المنافسة أو فوائد المنافسة في بيئة العمل. How about having some games between employees؟ هو فهم أنه الجيمز ممكن مع الأطفال. أوكي، إذا لم يفهم السؤال فمن حق الطالب أن يسأل what do you mean by games between employees؟ يوضح الإكزامينر السؤال. فلا تعتقدون انه it's one sided argument، انه هو اتجاه واحد في المناقشه. you have the right. يعني انا متاكد لو ملاك سالت عن المعنى لكان جاوبت، ولو جاوبتي لكان حصلتي درجه اعلى.
Yes, it was misunderstanding, Doctor. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. قصدي احنا نتعلم هنا نتعلم.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
Yes. وانا اعطيكم اسرار الامتحان كلها، يعني فتره طويله انا اكزامينر. كثير من الأخطاء تقع نتيجة الجهل بقانون الامتحان أو بطريقة الامتحان أو بطريقة تعامل الإكزامينر مع الممتحن. فهناك فأي شيء في خصوص الامتحان I'm yours، يعني you can take it for free. Yes. أحد عندنا ممكن يشارك للأخير، مشاركة أخيرة نشوف لنا اليوم إذا كان أحد interested. أوكي، محمد أبو بكر. أوكي، السلام عليكم محمد.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
So you are Muhammad Abu Bakr Dukari.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do, Muhammad?
I'm a pharmacist.
A pharmacist. Okay. So that's with the medical, we say medical arena. Okay. Why did you choose to become a pharmacist, Mr. Muhammad?
I don't like it actually, but
okay.
But it was a last choice for me, and I want actually to be someday a pilot.
A pilot. Okay. Like me, I'm dreaming to be an astronaut one day. Yes, teaching English, but my dream to become an astronaut. Who knows? We might one day meet somewhere in the stratosphere or in the in the sky. Who knows? Okay, Mohammed, let's talk about. Let us yes. Let us talk about, we say, TV programs. What's your favorite TV program, Mohammed?
There are a lot of TV programs, and actually I prefer the Discovery kind, like National Geographic, Jazeera documentary,
Why do you like these kinds of programs?
because there are lots of informations and new knowledge in those programs. That's why
Okay.
I prefer to know a lot of information.
Okay. Are there any programs you don't like watching on TV?
Yes, there's.
Like what?
Like
Yes. You hate watching, or you are not interested in watching them. Yes?
nowadays there's some programs talks about music and signals and like something like that. It's very very bad. It's not good.
Why? Why do you think they are bad?
Because I don't like to spend a lot of time about this kind of programs.
Okay.
It's not good benefits for me.
Yes. Now, for you, which way you think it is better to know the news, the TV or the internet?
Actually, I use both, but the internet, yeah, both. I use both. But I think everything on internet.
Okay, why do you think many people prefer the internet on the TV to get the news or to know the news?
Maybe there's a follow-up.
What do you mean by follow-up?
Follow-up all the time.
Yes, what do you mean by this?
I mean new news all the time on the internet. And I think there's no delay about the news on internet.
Okay. To what extent do you think the internet news is true? Do you think which one is more true to tell the news, the TV or the internet?
Depends. The internet, there's actually news because there are some pages like official pages when we talk about when we talk about the Times page or the Independent or the BBC, and this is official pages, so you can get true information and true news from there.
And then how do you think people can know the correct or the true news in this huge amount of channels or pages, as you said? How to get the most correct and reliable source of news from your point of view?
Honestly, my opinion is it's difficult because mistakes, it's happened all the time. That's why.
How about the future? Do you think in the future we'll have more internet or less internet than now?
No, more than.
Why? Why?
Because depends, all the people depends about using internet all the time. And when we see the newspaper and magazine, for example, I think it's short people and little bit people using or reading the newspaper and the magazines to take our news or information from there. So all of them using internet.
Okay, and Mohammed, do you think this is a good change or a bad change? If people rely more on the internet, more than they do now. So do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing?
Here your question about my opinion.
Sorry?
Here your question about my opinion.
Yes, so do you think when people depend more on the internet in the future, do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing to depend more on the internet?
My opinion, it's a bad thing. It's not good because my opinion, the book and the papers as a reference and the good source all the time.
Thank you.
In the
Yes.
past or nowadays, the papers, it's very important.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Mohammed. This is the end of the speaking feedback. This is really good. Now, if you notice something to Mohammed, لو لاحظتوا طبعا هذا يحصل مع كثير من الطلبة في الامتحانات. الطالب يبدأ ببداية يعني مترددة، خايف أو يخاف لا يخطأ أو كذا، وفجأة ينطلق يبدأ بالكلام. طبعا هذا يعتمد على الإكزامينر وعلى قدرة الإكزامينر. فبداية بدأ محمد ببداية متواضعة بسيطة، بدأ من باند 5 حقيقة، فكان وإحنا نقوله is not really willing to respond at length، يعني أعطى إجابات قصيرة، لكن فجأة عندما تطورت الأسئلة وأصبحت أكثر تحدياً انصعد مستوى، وصل إلى 6 هنا. فمحمد أنت عندك 6 وتستطيع أن تصل أكثر من 6 حقيقة. لو تكلمت without thinking، حاول أن تطلق نفسك، حاول أن يعني لا تفكر كثيراً. Don't think much, talk. لأن عندنا إحنا سر اسمه الفلوينسي. الفلوينسي هذا هو القابلية على الكلام، ثم تأتي الأمور الأخرى، الفوكابولري والجرامر والبرونسيشن. يأتي 1 2 your pronunciation is good. لا يوجد عندك عيب حقيقي في البرونسيشن، يعني لا يوجد مثل الطلبة الصينيين أو الطلبة الأسبان أو الطلبة الروس، إذا تفهموني يعني شنو معنى أكيد شايفين بالأفلام كيف يلفظون اللغة الإنجليزية. You are really good. نحتاج إلى مرة ثانية نضع على الصفحة، على صفحتكم حضع هذه الكتب اللي هي الآيلتس البسيطة الجميلة، هذه الكتب الستوريز، وعندكم ال6 minute English. فكل واحد يختار اللي يناسبه، حتى لو المستوى المتقدم حتى المستوى الممتاز لا ضير، يعني لا يوجد مانع انه تتكلم لي عن تستخدم الستوريز اللي هي هذه مثلا. يعني حتى المستوى المبتدئ، هي ليس الغرض مبتدئ او متقدم، لكن هل تستطيع ان تشرح لي هذه القصه البسيطه في دقيقه؟ هذه هي الاسئله. الامتحان يا شباب كل سؤال يتراوح ما بين 40 الى 60 ثانيه في الاجابه، 40 to 60 seconds. Can you manage talking without hesitation, without we say being reluctant أو التذبذب يعني أو التردد بهذا الشكل البسيط؟ إذا سيرتفع إن شاء الله الأتشيفمنت. Anyway, that was really nice today to have you. والبقية الذين لم يشاركوا الباب مفتوح تماما، نحدد بعدين موعد إن شاء الله ثاني. Yes. شنو هذه؟ شنو don't worry. نجدة تقول له your performance was great. ولهذا الطالب في الامتحان الاكزامينر لا يحكم على مثلا حتى لو بدت بداية بسيطة مثل ما بدأ زميلكم محمد، لكن تطور. فإذا محمد keep talking.
Doctor,
yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry because I'm not in my mood.
No problem. Okay.
It's happened something with me, that's why. So
إن شاء الله خير، إن شاء الله خير. مش مهم، إحنا نتعلم، مو ليس المهم هو. لا حاجة تعتذر ولا شيء. You are okay. يعني you have no problem. يعني أنت مثلا واحد يمشي يفحص على الطبيب عنده وعكة أو عنده نقص فيتامينات، في النهاية الطبيب يقول له you have no problem، يعني لا يوجد فيك شيء، لا يوجد فيك مرض أو لا يوجد فيك عيب حقيقي. العيب هو شنو عندي؟ هو عدم القدرة على الكلام، وهذا هو ليس غير موجود فيكم إطلاقا which is good. أهم شيء هو speaking، معناها you can speak. فأيا كان الظرف إن شاء الله خير. حنحقق نعمل هذه مرة ثانية وحنشوف أدائك مرة ثانية. not a big deal، يعني لا تفكر بالموضوع كثير يعني. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. That was really nice. حنبعث الآن على الجروب، حنجعلها بعد دقائق تكون عندكم إن شاء الله، ونتمنى لكم we say nice weekend إن شاء الله. Okay. See you إن شاء الله next week إن شاء الله، وتصبحون على خير. مع السلامة.